Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I've got game number 1 of a best of 1 coming up, a bit of PvT going down on Whirlwind. Spawning up in the top left hand position as the yellow Protoss player is I have no idea who, because he's a Barcode player. And his opponent down in the bottom right, the purple Terran from Millennium, it's DieStar. Okay, so this isn't a ladder game. It's a best of 1, though, as far as I know. It's going down on the ESL Whirlwind. I'm not quite sure what was going on. It might have been one of the early Go for SC2 games or something like that. But anyway, things are going good. Whirlwind, of course, is huge. Like, massive. Absolutely ginormous. And this supply depot coming down to the back suggests that it's going to be... well, actually, I'm probably expecting a CC first on the low ground. Could still be a barracks coming out, but... I know, if I see a supply depot down the back, I'm just expecting a CC first. I don't know why. It's just like a thing. Usually you see them right around other places. Anyway, enough about that. More about the Nexus. Chrono boosting our probes. Things going good. Gateway should be coming down shortly. Whirlwind, of course, has cool little things. Like this altar. I don't know why this Protoss doesn't have arms. It must have been a horrific accident, and why had a shrine built in his honor. But, anyway, this game, all looking cool. DieStar definitely going CC first. See this game sense tingling. I like it. Maybe I should ladder after this. Anyway, everything is really pretty beautiful. The game is lovely. The game is amazing. And of course, this is going to be the cast, most likely, before WCS commences. Of course, WCS did go on last weekend, but I was unfortunately otherwise occupied, so I couldn't cast it. However, from this moment forth, every WCS EU challenger will be cast by myself and Penguin, so Sunday and Saturday, I don't know why I said it the wrong way round, will host WCS EU challenger qualifiers. Penguin and myself will be casting it on twitch.tv/WCS_Europe2. Tune in, it will be good. Promise. Anyway, last time me and Penguin cast WCS, there was a 3-hour game between Mana and Firecake. And we gave away pizzas and stuff. How cool is that? Literally saving esports. Anyway, well, not saving esports, saving the pizza business. We're not really saving the pizza business because the pizza business is doing pretty well. Okay, basically we were just killing our voices. But anyway, cool times. Definitely tune in, and enough about that blurb. The reason I've been able to blurb is because not much going on. Double barracks coming down after the CC first for DieStar. Meanwhile, Barcode Protoss went through a Nexus before the Cybernetics core. Ooh, good times. Gases have now been taken. SCVCs all knows Nexus is there. No cyber core was late, and it's going to be like, well, you're going economically focused. Good job. I am. Of course, bunker also coming down. Better be safe than sorry. And yeah, things going pretty awesome. Unfortunately, for the Protoss player, he's going to scout DieStar a bit late. DieStar, of course, they scouted early. Yay! And I'm really hyperactive. Anyway, this is all going to plan, basically. Neither really showing what their whole game strategy is, other than be greedy. They are just trying to make as much money, get as much income as possible. They are like your kind of mid-20-year-olds who've got out of the world of college and university and just want to earn those dollars. Or esports casters, one or the other. Both apparently only strive for money. If you listen to society, and by society for the esports casters, I mean Reddit. That's how I gauge what society thinks of esports. Anyway, this game, we're going pretty good. Things, yeah, still not too adventurous. Wow. Okay, DieStar is being super crazy. Not by super crazy, I mean greedy. Third CC coming down already. Yes, it's got a decent number of Marines down, so if an Oracle were to fly on by, it would get shot out. Unfortunately, it would lose. These Marines would lose the fight up against the Oracle. Even though their guns are bigger than what any human could hold, they'll still lose against an Oracle, because an Oracle beats up to 6 Marines. Anything more than that, Oracle dies. Bad Oracle. Anything less than that, Oracle wins. Yay, Oracle. Unfortunately, now it loses. 6 Marines are there, but that simply means DieStar is safe. He's good. He's happy. He's basically like Peter Pan. He's in Never Never Land, where he's never gonna fight because all he wants to do is build some bases. This is essentially this side of the map right now is SimCity. This side of the map is also a bit SimCity, except there are some inclination that there's going to be a bit of aggressory coming on. Aggressory isn't even a word, but I ran with it, and anyone who doesn't speak English to refer to this language would have no idea. Upgrades coming down though, or soon to be coming down from DieStar as he gets his engineering bay, finally starting up Stim. It's a little bit late, but that's because he's played so greedy. Of course, the Protoss player also playing greedy. No third, admittedly that would be ridiculous, but he does have a robotics bay already getting started. Second observer, just to make sure that vision is allowed and vision is maintained. This Missile might have something to say about it, but it does still mean that obviously you'll know when things like pushes come out if you get the observer there in time, which is not quite yet. That's, of course, keeping safe, because you know you're playing greedy, getting down that robotics bay and getting out some Colossi early. But Marines now being spotted, they're pushing forward. No medevac support, no medevacs are going to be chasing down, trying to get in there because the factory not even done yet. So no starport, no medevacs, long time. Zed nearly dies though, that's bad. Good is the fact there's a decent number of gateway units ready to go and defend. Double forges now finishing up. That's going to allow Protoss player to actually catch up with DieStar in terms of upgrades because of that magical thing called Chrono Boost, and also the fact he's upgrading 2 at a time. But there will be a small period where DieStar will have +1 up against 0-0. Whether it will make a difference in the grand scheme of things, I highly doubt, because it's very unlikely that DieStar would try and be aggressive until he's got some medevacs out. It would just be bonkers. What's good though is that DieStar's floated down his third already. He's just like, I'm taking all the bases. First Colossus also out on the field, and that's generally considered bad times for Terran because Colossi are pretty scary. Hero Marine though, and not the player, finds the third base. That's always good times, knowing exactly the timing of your opponent's third. Unlike the Protoss player, who has no idea DieStar has that coming down, or that there was a third even built. He may have an inclination, an inkling of a guess, okay, an educated guess, because yes, the starport rather was very late, and so therefore could say, well, there's probably a third down somewhere. But he doesn't know for sure, and until you know for sure, you should never put money on it. Double engineering bay going to be started up, but of course, as we can see, double upgrades nearly done for the Protoss, up against +1 that's done so far for DieStar. That means upgrade lead is going to be in tow. Good times for the Protoss player, even though his economy is going to be down a bit. He's down by 5 workers and 3 mules. So, DieStar, decent number of units out, going completely infantry heavy. The Observer has now seen that the third is there. DieStar discovered that third the second it was made, and really these two are being very passive. Resources lost 50. That's 1 worker for DieStar, or sorry, 1 worker for the Barcode Protoss, and 1 Marine that died up here scouting the third for DieStar. But DieStar now moving forward, that 11-minute push with Stim, with +1, with 2 medevacs. Yes, it's a little bit later than it can hit at if you didn't get that third, but this is still a scary push. The 2 Colossi are going to really help with it. The 1-1 upgrade is going to really help with it. And that may lead to DieStar deciding not to go once he sees those Colossi. He's not actually being that active with his starport yet. There comes in the Vikings though. That's what I wanted to see. And yeah, just as expected, DieStar sees 2 Colossi, burning lasers of death, firing at him, and he just goes, oh hell no. Backs off and goes, I need some Vikings. Also, going for a nice little bit of drop play. Unfortunately, Stalkers are sitting around, and of course, things like this pylon let the Protoss player know the drop's coming in. Map vision, critical to defending against this sort of thing. Those Stalkers already there. Mothership core there as well. There's an Observer here. Observer can't quite see it yet, but any good Protoss player is going to sit there and go, okay, there's a drop getting ready. Now, while there is a small group of infantry moving into the third, it's not enough of a distraction, but the medevacs take a detour, head down towards the natural, avoiding this group of Stalkers, staying alive, and then seeing that actually it would be a bad mistake to move in. Protoss player though, getting down the Templar Archives, going to be going up to get Storm. That's going to put pressure on DieStar to start Ghost production, to really get a good army composition, a good balance of Vikings and Ghosts. But it also means those Storms have to be good. It means that the Colossi have to be dealing their damage still. It also means that he's got to not die before he gets Storm done and those Templar out. Marine's still doing a good job of keeping a good eye on everything. Know that a 4th could be about to begin since the pylon has come down that way. Observers being let run free though, currently. Not getting spotted. The shimmering, unnoticed by DieStar, means that the Protoss player has a good idea of what his Terran opponent is attempting to do. And that is go for the never-ending push. Look at the rally points. They are all across the map. And that simply means scary. These never-ending pushes are terrifying. Storm is still, well, it's just half done now. So, got a bit of time until it's completed. There are those 4 Colossi, but there's a decent number of Vikings. 9 of them there. They're in a good position to start taking out where Stalkers can't jump on underneath them. Photon Overcharge will get triggered, but the infantry moving straight up. The Mothership Core gets sniped down. Stalkers blinking forward, able to pick off a couple of those Vikings. But simultaneously, a few units drop down into the main base. They're just picking away at some Zealots, forcing warp into the main. And while they are not going to survive, they are able to get a High Templar. That's a good little pick-off. A couple of probes could also go down. Good starter step micro being demonstrated. A couple of probes and a High Templar for a few Marines and a Marauder. Good trade. 4th base also coming down here for DieStar, who is maxed out. He doesn't have his Ghost Academy. Oh, sorry, I take that back. His Ghost Academy completed. Now starting Ghost production, ready to deal with those High Templar that he scouted with that drop. No Mothership Core down, not getting remade after a snipe by those Vikings. Resources lost, very equal, slightly more lost by DieStar, but at this stage, 225 resources is nothing. 4th base though is coming down, worker count in favor of DieStar still. Overall supply in favor of DieStar still. DieStar showing everything is going his way. 4th base getting basically morphed into a planetary fortress to keep defensive. Map control his, although map vision still ample by the Protoss player due to how many observers are about. So +1 ship weapons coming down. That's going to help these Vikings really deal good damage against the Colossi. The ghost count only at 3. That could be problematic. Only 3 ghosts leaves things a little bit to chance, or not to chance, but leaves things a little bit dangerous in terms of getting EMPs and snipes down. But the sheer numbers of units is looking good. Viking coming over the high ground where they can't get Stalkers underneath them easily. So many Colossi getting taken down, but in come the Storms. The infantry pushing on up in. Force Field doing a good job. Good EMPs go down, picking out the shields, but the Colossi stand. They're tearing through everything, and DieStar losing a lot of units. So, DieStar didn't come out too well in that engagement, but the Protoss player lost quite a lot of stuff too. Sorry about that, had to cough my lungs out, still not better from my hideous chest infection. But DieStar also not better from losing a lot of his infantry. Definitely a worse situation to be in than having a bit of a cough, especially when Colossi are charging towards you. So, DieStar rapidly attempting to recoup his army, trying to get up a standing force able to just deal with this push, because he's looking like he's about to lose his bases, or at least some of them. The Viking count is getting rapidly remade at 5 at a time. That's great production, but is enough. Zealots tearing away at an SCV line. Only 2 because no more are needed. And if this army were to split up, it could lead to some bad engagements. And actually it's doing better, holding all of DieStar's forces back, while the Zealots just go to town. The Viking count though, now up at 8. More coming through. The Colossi taking a lot of damage, but High Templar joining the party. Storms starting to hit, especially on those Vikings. If they get taken out, it's all over. GG's called. And the Barcode Protoss player will win the game. Good times there. DieStar went for a big push, didn't work out for him, and then the counterattack was devastating. Congratulations to whoever you may have been, Protoss player. You looked swish. So, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. I get new games up daily, and I would not want you to miss one, and you wouldn't want you to miss one either. So, I'll see you all tomorrow for yet another new cast. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.